and welcome to another episode of Going All In, Get the Edge You Need to Succeed. I'm Dr. Erin McKinley, and today we have another awesome spotlight session with Dr. Mridul Datta from the Iowa State University Future Graduate Program Masters of Professional Practice in Dietetics. All right, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being with me today. To get us started, tell us a little bit about you, your journey to RD, and how you landed at Iowa State.
Thank you for having me, Erin. I'm really excited to share the details about our new program. But before that, let me talk a little bit about my career path. I have been a registered dietitian or a clinical registered dietitian for the better part of my early career in dietetics. I served as a director of a clinical dietetics program specifically, spent some time in management before going to graduate school to get my PhD in human and clinical nutrition because I wanted to get into research as well as teaching. And once I got into research and teaching, I found that both of them were not compatible with what was happening in my life. So I had to make a decision about focusing my career path towards teaching in a dietetics program. And so that brought me to Iowa State, where I am currently the director of the dietetic internship, and which will soon be morphing into an integrated Master of Professional Practice in Dietetics program.
All right, so I'm going to let you jump into telling us all about this new program.
Thank you, Erin. So as I mentioned previously, the dietetic internship will be reorganizing into the Master of Professional Practice in Dietetics program. And the MPP, or the Master of Professional Practice in Dietetics program, was recently approved by Ascend to reorganize into an integrated program. And what integrated basically means that students in our program will be taking classes, didactic classes, at the same time as going to supervised practice sites to do their supervised experiential learning. So let me share a little bit more about our program and how future applicants to our program can get information. And what you see on your screen is our website, and our website address is dietetics.iastate.edu. And any information that future applicants are really looking for can be found under the Future Students tab. We have tabs that are dedicated to program information, tuition and financial aid, location and schedules, frequently asked questions, and this is a section that I would highly recommend students spend some time, facility search, and our application portal. So let me share individually what information is available on each of these pages. Under the program information tab is an area and some information that is available to students, and I would highly recommend students spend some time here. That is to talk about or evaluate their readiness to learn in an online program. So hallmarks about our program are really that this is a distance dietetic education program to train future dietitians in an online coursework only program. So an online program may not be appropriate for every single dietetic student who wants to become a dietitian. So we have some resources that are available on this website, and I'm pointing them right here above our program mission, that talk about what makes a successful online student. And we have a couple of surveys and resources available for students to use to assess their readiness to learn in an online program. So I would highly recommend students spend some time evaluating the readiness to learn here. This page then also talks about our goals and mission and vision for our program that I would highly encourage students to check out. Now, under the Future of Students tab, again, you can go to tuition and financial aid. So if you have questions about how much our program costs, or if they're eligible for financial aid, all of that information is very clearly laid out, and we have hyperlinks on our page to our financial aid office, to the FAFSA application, to some scholarships that students may be eligible for. And in addition to that, detailed costs about our program are listed at the bottom of the page, including application fees, to tuition costs and any incidental or secondary costs related to our program. Those are all available on this page. Moving on to locations and schedules. Locations and schedules is the place where students can come to find details about what locations are available. Since this is a distance program, we are accepting students who want to stay in Iowa, so that's our Iowa-based location. And students from the other states in the country can live where they currently reside, but still apply to our program and complete the didactic portion online and find supervised practice facilities close to where they live for completing their supervised experiential learning. We have information for these nationwide students on what is acceptable for the different rotations, how many hours and how much time will be spent in each of these rotations, and what we specifically are looking for in an appropriate facility for students for each of these 3 rotations can be found on this page as well. We also have information about contacting preceptors or potential preceptors here and what our schedule looks like that nationwide interns or applicants, need to fill out and submit with their application. Under the frequently asked questions page, information is compiled under 4 headings: questions related to the application, questions related to the program, related to finances in the program, and then a category called other that doesn't sort of fit into any of these 3 previously mentioned categories. So anything related to the application, about your eligibility to apply to the program, whether you can, how long will it take for you to complete the program, what GPA is required to apply to our program, all of those questions are listed in the application page or application section. If you go and have questions related to the courses that are offered in our program. Okay, so if you have questions related to the program about what courses are offered, you can come down to the program related question section, and I'm clicking on the courses that are offered in our program. And that will take you to the 3-semester program that we have. One of the things I did not mention previously, what sets our program apart is that our program can be completed in 3 consecutive semesters or 12 months. Courses have been designed to build on your DPD program, so you need not repeat the courses that you have taken in the DPD. We do require that you have a DPD verification statement to apply to our program. You do not need to take the GRE to apply to our master's degree program. And each of the courses that are listed on this screen are offered once a year only. And so you have to take them in the order that they are listed on the screen. So courses and the description of these courses can be found on the 2nd page, which talks about what the relevant content is. And some of the highlights about courses are our courses on integrative nutrition. We have courses on leadership. We have a research methods course, which is FSHN 518, which talks about research design and interpreting results and scientific literature. We also have a nutrition communication course, which we're really excited about because students will actually be developing different media to communicate to a culturally diverse audience some nutrition messages. So this is a really exciting course that is built into our program. Then we have our 3 supervised experiential learning courses that are offered, 1 in each semester. The community nutrition supervised experiential learning is offered in the fall. Medical nutrition therapy is offered in the spring, and then food systems management is offered in the summer. To go back, we also have on the frequently asked page, we have questions related to finances. And again, some URLs are built into these questions regarding our Office of Financial Aid, the FAFSA application, and the deadlines are also provided here for students' conveniences. The next page that I would like to bring to your attention is the facility search page, This is especially important for students who are applying to our nationwide locations. This is a database of facilities that we have current affiliation agreements with. So if you're trying to find a potential preceptor, this is a place that you should come to find preceptors that we have existing affiliation agreements with. So just for example, I put Louisiana here in the search button, and it brings us to 2 facilities in the Louisiana area, in the Louisiana state, in Baton Rouge, that we have affiliation agreements with. Some states that are bigger and we have had more students in, like California, will have many more options available to students. So this is a place that I would highly recommend that you start your search looking for preceptors. Another area that you can start your search would be on the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics database for preceptors. That is another place where you can find some potential preceptors when you're trying to find locations around you or close to your home to find preceptors for your supervised experiential learning. The application portal is where students or potential students can come to find out what the eligibility requirements are for our program and what we require in our application. So to go over again, admission requirement eligibility is a minimum of a bachelor's degree, a valid DPD verification statement, a GPA of a minimum of a 3 on a 4.0 scale, and we do not require GRE, as I previously mentioned. We will also require 3 letters of recommendations and a personal statement of about 750 words or less. And the topics that we would like for you to cover in that personal statement include: why do you want to become a dietitian? Your reasons for applying to the Masters of Professional Practice in Dietetics program. What qualities qualify you to be successful in our program, your long and short-term goals, your strengths and weaknesses, and any additional information that you think would be helpful for the review committee to, while they're reviewing your application, that evaluate your professional and leadership potential in the program and in the profession. And then nationwide applicants, as I mentioned, will need to submit the schedule for their first rotation and commitment letters from potential preceptors in support of their application. If you click apply now, either at the bottom of the screen or at the top, it will directly take you to the application. We do not participate in DICUS or D&D matching. So if you are interested in applying to our program, you apply directly on this application link that I just clicked on. You have the ability to complete this application in one stretch, or you can save this application at the bottom and continue later. We will send you a link. If you click here, we will send you a link that you can use to come back and complete this application at a later date. So at this point in time, I will stop and turn it over to you, Erin, if you would like to ask any questions.
All right. So I think before I jump into the 5 questions, I'll ask some of my questions that I thought of as we were kind of rolling through the website a little bit. So you pulled up some examples, some local examples for Baton Rouge. So are those preceptor site agreements for the facility itself, or when you click on those links, is there an individual RD that it's attached to?
So those, good questions. So those are for site affiliation agreements. So that hospital or that facility is the one that we negotiate an affiliation agreement with. The applicants or potential students will need to contact that facility to find out what rotations they would be willing to take them for, and the contact person, because the contact people may change as positions come and go. So I would highly encourage students to contact the facility, pull up the facility online, and then find out who the contact person in the Foods and Nutrition Department or Dietetics Department is, and then have a conversation and get that conversation started from there.
Okay. And so applicants are also encouraged to locate other ones that may not be listed so that you can be expanding your list, correct?
Absolutely. We encourage that, but this is just a starting point. We've had so many students over the years, and some of the states, Louisiana, unfortunately, did not populate that many places. But like I said, for other states like California or Texas, we have so many students from those sites, and we have so many affiliation agreements that sometimes students can narrow them down by cities. And of course, they are welcome to find other locations that we do not have on that list. The only caveat there is that before they can start their supervised practice, if they're accepted into our program, we will need to get an affiliation agreement with those places. That's our responsibility to do that. That is in no shape or form held against the student if they find a site that is not on our affiliation agreement listing.
So how many students are you planning on taking this year? Or what is the number that you're allowed to take?
So we are accredited for 80 students. I don't think we will have 80 students for our first class because we're just starting and the window of opportunity for students is small. So we would like to take at least 30 to 35 students if at all possible. So if students are even thinking about this program, I would highly encourage them to go to our website and check it out and apply for our nationwide option. If they have questions that they can't find answers to on our frequently asked questions page, they can reach out to us at mppisu@iastate.edu, and we will be happy to answer their questions.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm going to jump into the 5 questions that I ask all of the programs that come on the podcast, and these were put together with the help of my students. So I was making sure I was asking the questions that they really like to know the answers to from program directors. So the first one is, what is one thing in particular that you just really love to see when you're reading an applicant's personal statement?
So I reviewed a few of the things that we'd like to see answered in our applicants' personal statements. But we really like to see their passion come through in the personal statement, their passion for the field of dietetics and why they are applying to our program specifically. So what we also like to see on personal statements is their passion come through and activities that they have been engaged in that sets them apart, whether as part of their curriculum or outside of church or other activities. We've had students who have highlighted their accomplishments in sports and athletics that has set them apart. We've had students who applied to mission trips that they have been passionate about. So all of those need to come through in the personal statement. Things that set you apart, it could be in any area that reflects your passion and your dedication.
All right, perfect. So applicants have to supply a resume on the application, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you feel about resumes? Do you feel that they should be 1 page and 1 page only, or are you a little bit flexible with that?
So we are definitely flexible with resumes. I don't think very many of us can actually tailor a resume to just keep it at 1 page. If you can, perfect, not a problem. But if you cannot, be very respectful that your resume is organized and is not using a lot of blank spaces or doesn't have information that is not relevant to your application. We've had students who have put their high school accomplishments on their resume, and I would highly discourage students from doing that. You should really limit your resume to accomplishments and education from your college onwards, and your work experiences can go below that. But as far as education is, I would limit that to college and onwards, and limit including high school information, educational information out there.
All right. So what is one thing that an applicant may do in the application process or maybe in some interaction that you have with them that would raise some red flags for you where you would think maybe this person isn't the best fit for this type of program?
Good question. So if we had interactions with applicants, for instance, at either recruitment fairs or if we had open house, lack of interest and lack of specific questions to our programs would be definitely something that we will find that raises some concerns for us or if we have electronic communications with students asking the same question over and over again, becoming combative or not being respectful would be some really big red flags for us. We are not very picky. 99.9% of the students are very respectful. And I'm not saying they cannot ask a question if they don't think we answered the question appropriately. I'm just, we've had on occasion students who would ask the same question. They would repeatedly email the same question to different faculty in the program and not respect boundaries that way. So that would be something I would definitely discourage students from doing.
That's a good example. I've seen that happen before. So what is one area of this program that you really feel separates you from other programs that are out there?
There are several things that really set us apart. One of the things I did not mention previously was we are very innovative in our approach to the curriculum that we have designed. Like I said, we have built on the DPD, so we're not repeating all of the DPD knowledge that the students have. We're building on that. We have used weight inclusive framework. We've incorporated sustainability. Cultural competence is pretty much woven throughout our curriculum. And then, like I said, we also have courses on integrative nutrition, which is a really hot topic right now. We also have courses on communication. But the thing that really sets us apart is our ability to do this in a 12-month time frame, or 3 semesters essentially. That is one thing that we are hoping to have. We have done an accelerated dietetic internship for a number of years, and we're bringing those skills to and using them to our advantage in designing this graduate degree program so we can get students to be successful and train them to be registered dietitians and be able to work a lot sooner.
All right, awesome. So my last question of the 5 is a 2-parter. And the first part is, what would be the best 3 adjectives, descriptors, or phrases that you feel best describes your program?
So the 3 adjectives that would best describe our program, I would say, would be accelerated, integrated, and definitely cutting edge. So we are truly an integrated program because we have didactic coursework and experiential learning offered each semester. Then during the experiential learning portion, we have communities of practice that we assign students to, so we can truly delve deep into conversations about the curriculum that is offered that semester, and how it relates to their practice of dietetics and as dietitians. So if we are doing research methods in one semester, during that semester's community of practice discussions, we will have conversations with our students on how is that relevant to practice of dietetics and how that can be utilized when they become dietitians in their future practice. We are accelerated, as I mentioned. Our program is only 12 months long. And so students can utilize their DPD knowledge and capitalize and build on that and gain some advanced skills that will help them in their future practice. The program is cutting edge because of the topics that we have included in our curriculum and how they are integrated throughout to increase student learning. We have sustainability built into each of our courses and our supervised practice. We have cultural competency that's built into our curriculum throughout the courses. We also have weight neutral approaches. And in our medical nutrition therapy, we're talking about eating disorders and transgender nutrition and nutrition needs and so on. So we are truly really proud of the topics that we have integrated into our curriculum.
All right, awesome. So the second half is very similar. It would be the 3 best adjectives, descriptors, or phrases to describe your ideal applicants for this program.
So ideal applicants, since this is a distance program, the ideal applicant would really have to be truly a self-starter and a self-motivated person. If they can be flexible and organized, they truly have a really good chance of being very successful in our online distance program. And so I would highly recommend students look at their work ethic, look at how they like to learn. And that is one of the reasons I pointed out those resources that are available on our program information page to assess if an online program is really the right choice for them.
All right, perfect. Well, I just had one more question that I thought of when we were talking about the curriculum. So how do you plan on integrating RD exam review into the program?
I'm so glad you asked me that question. So we actually do have practice RD exams built in each semester. So our expectation is that the students will take these practice exams, and then we have activities built around it so they can design their study and review methodology to help them continue to build on that. So when they're graduating from our program, they have a very defined plan that is ready for them to study and take the real RD exam and be successful at it.
So to complete kind of to complete the actual master's, is it a comps-based completion where they take a test, or are they doing some sort of capstone project? What's that element that's really going to show that they've completed all the requirements for the master's in addition to taking the classes?
Great. So this is a coursework only program. And so we have capstone projects that are built into our supervised experiential learning courses. And most courses will have some type of distinct evaluation method that determines whether the students are meeting the needs or students are learning what the expectations of the course are, whether it's an exam or a capstone project. Each course has its own way of assessing that need. And all of that will be integrated to identifying whether the students have met the curriculum needs and met the course requirements so they can graduate with a master's degree.
All right, perfect. Well, that was all the questions that I had. So I would love to close out this episode for you to just give one quick take-home message to those potential applicants for this first class this year.
So to any potential applicants who might be thinking about applying for internships or a graduate degree program, I would highly encourage you to check out the Master of Professional Practice in Dietetics program at Iowa State. We are an online, distance integrated program that is coursework only to train future dietitians. It is all accomplished online. You can take courses and then spend time 2 to 3 days a week at a supervised practice facility. So you are not taxing yourself, and you're also completing this program in about 12 months from start to finish, which is really, really exciting for you to be able to start your dietetics career a lot sooner than you may have thought about. So I would highly encourage you to come and check out our website. And the website address again is dietetics.iastate.edu. And I hope you will apply to our program, and we look forward to reviewing your applications. Thank you very much, Erin. I appreciate you having me on your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And for those at home who want more information on this program, I provided that website link in the description below this video. And as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss an episode with another awesome dietetic internship. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks very much, Erin.
All right, then.